Joining us now to discuss the manhunt for the shooter is retired San Bernardino Police Chief Jarrod Burguan. Thank you so much for joining us. The person of interest detained in connection with the shooting at Brown University, as you know, was released without charges. As a former police chief, what do you make of that when a person of interest is detained and then released?
Well, it's a little concerning. If they believe that he was in fact the suspect, I think they would have done anything and everything possible to ensure that he stayed in custody. Um, it's not a good look if he is in fact the suspect, they let him go and then they rearrest him. I think that's going to be problematic from an optics standpoint. But at the end of the day, it's important that we know the truth and we get to who the real shooter is. And the fact that they wasted time there on that particular individual is a little concerning, where they may have, fallen off the trail of who the real suspect could be.
The police have released security footage showing the possible shooter dressed in all black walking just 1 block away from the building where the shooting took place. What tools would you think that investigators are using to try to apprehend him?
Yeah, that's a very common description. Male in dark clothing doesn't help the public a great deal, but I assure you, somebody's going to recognize him. Somebody knows who he is. Everybody is connected to somebody, and somebody's going to recognize a walk. Somebody's going to recognize some facial features. Somebody's going to recognize something. The authorities are looking for every piece of digital evidence they could possibly find. They're going to comb that neighborhood for every surveillance camera, every ring camera on somebody's front door, every business camera, every flock camera, everything that's available from a digital standpoint to try to get an idea and to get a better identification of who the suspect is. At the end of the day, it's probably going to require some help from the public, though.
And from the footage, do you think it's likely that investigators will be able to tell which direction ultimately that person may have gone?
Well, possibly. If they keep working their way outwards and they continue to find more cameras and they continue to find somebody that's matching this description that they believe is a suspect, they can build a route so with the potential that they may eventually see him getting on public transportation, which also has cameras. They may see the person getting in a camera or getting in a car, which then leads to the possibility of getting a plate. It's just a matter of continuing to work outward from where this originated from.
Retired Police Chief Jarrod Burguan, we thank you so much for your time and insight.